Hey heroes, this is Darian, your resident string player,
And this is Angela, your certified brass player.
and we're here to talk to you about real life.
And real women in music.
Okay, let's get started.
Woo! Back at it again.
Here we are, yay! It feels good though. I've been sick all weekend.
Yeah, it's been a rough time for you.
Yeah, we're here recording like literally the day before this is going to come out and everyone's going to hear it.
On our hurricane. Just
Oh
kidding.
yeah. Well, it's technically a tropical storm now, I think.
I think it's just rain now, right?
Yeah, it's
I
kind of
don't know.
windy.
It's
Got a little bit
nice.
of a little chill in the air.
Yeah.
I opened my door in my patio this morning.
Oh,
It was very nice.
very nice.
I could hear my wind chime. It's nice to have fresh air after being cooped up.
Yeah.
Sick.
I bet. Gosh.
Yeah, that's why we haven't recorded, because I've been trying to heal before.
Got you. Recital this weekend.
I know. Horrible timing.
Yeah, it always is.
Did my dress rehearsal under the weather. Don't recommend, but had no other choice.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
It was I was exhausted. I literally came back, changed into new clothes because I sweat so much because
it's hot in there too.
well, and I had a little fever and I like passed out for like an hour or
As you
two.
should. Yeah.
I was exhausted.
Yeah.
Naps are so important.
Oh my gosh. And I mean, like doing a dress rehearsal is just like mentally exhausting.
Yeah, I was really trying to push myself to play like I wasn't sick because I
Mhm.
was trying not to think about how I was like, I feel like poo.
Yeah, I don't want to move anything. Yeah. You sounded great.
Thank
Oh,
you.
everything sounded so good.
Hopefully it goes well. It wasn't perfect, which I'm glad because I
Yeah.
don't like perfect dress rehearsals.
Mm-mm.
I think they jinx it.
They do. They absolutely do. Because that's your best take. Then you're done.
I know. I remember the first time I told a friend that and they were like, what?
Get all the bad things out the dress.
You still want to work on some things, but unfortunately I haven't practiced that much because again, I was sick.
Yeah.
So whatever it will be
gonna
in
be
2
great.
days. So yes, if you want to come to the Hero concert and witness a Darian that's not sick anymore, and 3 of the Hero directors, myself included, Miranda and Angela, no, 4.
Yep.
Angela and Bella,
Yeah.
4 of us, and listen to a lot of music by women.
Yes.
There's one man in there.
Good old Erica weighs in.
Yeah. But again, I'll explain why I did that at the recital.
Check it out.
There'll be some immersive design. We got some
Mhm.
lights. We got some projection.
The light thing for one of the pieces, I'm very excited to see in action.
I liked it. I wasn't
It's
sure
cool.
what it was going to be, but Bella, our artistic director, came to us with it, and I was like, okay, we'll just do it. We'll try it. And I was like, I really like this.
Yeah. I
It
was
was
surprised
cool.
that it worked.
Did you see it?
I saw a video of it, and then
Yeah.
I saw her or Mac just playing with it, and it was working.
I liked it.
Yeah.
And it works for the piece it's with.
Mm-hmm. It really does.
And I was also a little worried I was going to be distracted. But honestly, it made me like vibe with the piece
I bet,
more.
yeah.
I was like, I'm making some lights move.
Yeah, so check it out Saturday.
Not to give too much away. But we hope to see you guys there
But where is it gonna be?
in Longmire Recital Hall at Florida State University.
It's at 7:30.
Or you can watch it live streamed.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be live streaming it on our Facebook. I posted the event on our Facebook page. I'll also share that link on Instagram. If you go to our link tree, it'll be in there as well. And you can watch the live stream or the recorded live stream of it.
Yep.
After it's all said and done. But we hope you tune in. And there goes my throat because my voice is still healing from gross stuff.
Oh well. Okay.
Well, how else do you say
Oh
it?
yeah, you're right.
I'd rather not say mucus.
Yeah.
Gross stuff sounds better. Mucus is like one of those words like moist.
All right, we're not gonna say that word on an air.
Ointment.
Ew. Okay. What do you got for us today, Darian?
Well, besides telling everyone about the Hero recital, aka my doctoral recital,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to talk to you and everyone listening about negative comments. So, despite like our episode, like the good guys out there that show the positive changes in society, for women and women in music, I was recently reminded that despite the wonderful changes, there is a reason why we're still here. And I was seeing that in interactions with some people and comments that were made towards both of us, realizing that we still have work to do.
Absolutely.
And my initial instinct is to not interact with negativity. I'm so not confrontational. It's sad. That's changing though.
Yeah.
And on our Instagram, where we post a lot of our up-to-date information and things like that, we had because of our wonderful marketing. Oh, news, by the way. We have a new director.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, marketing director, Mary Kate. She's amazing. So if you see someone's face on our Instagram, it's not mine. It's Mary Kate's. She's been totally growing our Instagram. It's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
But one of our posts, has been doing really well, getting like almost 10,000 views. And we received comments that I wasn't ready to receive. Just because we've only been getting positive feedback since starting Hero. And this was the first time that I heard the comments that I know exist.
Yeah.
But haven't really been directed at me like this before, or at us, because they don't know who they're talking to.
That's fair.
But it was all the things that prove that women in music need a voice to be heard.
Yep.
And that there are sexist people still out there, essentially.
Yes, no matter what. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, hearing that some people think that we're just replacing music that's better by men is disheartening. And I just want to say that that's not true.
Yeah, no, it's not true.
And I just want to say, I don't even know if some of these people listen to these music are musicians. Probably not.
And our goal is not to get rid of masterworks. We all know like who they like, the masterworks that are. We're just like wanting to expand it.
Yeah, that's the key word here. Expand. Not erase.
No.
Not replace. Expand.
Expand.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that if anyone ever has a question, negative or bad, I think we have a responsibility to respond in a way, because we're an education service.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted Hero to be. I don't necessarily, we might have like concerts and concert series and the podcast, but at the heart of all of these events and things is education. Absolutely. Like our mission statement is literally like to connect and promote women in music through education.
Yes.
And so despite my initial being like, I'm just not going to respond, I was like, well, this is our opportunity to tell them why and what we do and why it's important.
Yeah.
Of course I got pushback.
We're always going to have haters no matter what we're doing. Even if we're like curing cancer. Yeah. We're going to have haters.
Of course they think our education is fake positivity and all that, but that's okay. They don't know my face. I don't know theirs. I just also wanted to just say it is not true when they say we were trying to replace any people in the classical canon.
Absolutely not.
I still love my Brahms, and the Brahms Violin Sonata, but I can say I also really like Ethel Smythe, and there's some Brahmsian romantic vibes going on in that too. And I could say, this is why I think what we're doing is important. I'm like, well, why isn't this also standard? Yep. It's just as good quality. A lot to learn in both. I don't know. Do you come across things like that?
Across comments like that?
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely. Sometimes you got to take a grain of salt,
Oh, my ice machine just went.
Yeah, because a lot of it's the information that they have maybe thinking into it is like very basic, or they've been told from being told by someone else, and there's no like individual research going on. So
yeah, I also thought it might be important because it was told to us recently that we make sure as podcasters and educators that we don't be afraid to come off as smart as we actually are.
Yes.
Of course, we're lighthearted, bubbly people, so it's hard to not, giggle and make jokes.
Absolutely.
Because like I said, this is a podcast that is supposed to be like talking to your friend at the bar.
Yeah. So like about this topic of being a professional as a woman is practically what we're trying to talk about, and like how we portray ourselves as women in a career, no matter what it is. But I guess in our role is in music. We always find ourselves maybe dressing differently in recitals or concerts with an ensemble, or when we're giving presentations, we're having to giving maybe a more demanding voice.
That's also why I like Dr. Von Glahn being like, I wore a peach suit, and I was like, oh,
exactly.
yeah,
yes, yeah. And so was really like, she mentioned a comment about that, about having to like change some stuff about her physical demeanor, and like how other women as well in the field and outside the field have had to change like some things about them to make them more professional.
Yeah, and after, she also mentioned that she learned to talk lower in professional settings.
Yeah.
I was like, I never even thought about doing that.
Yeah, exactly. So I was really interested in that, especially. And so I found this article, this study from Candy Lee, who's a professor at Northwestern University. And it was, here's how the sound of your voice can hold you back in your career. And there are different statistics that she gave in her study.
What are they?
So it was a recent study of undergraduate and graduate students at Northwestern University. It examines how voice characteristics can affect students' senses of leadership capabilities by listening to tapes of different voices. And so the research really showed that a white man is a preferred leader over a black man, a white woman, and a black woman. And both the men were preferred over the women. And so the study goes on, and they had 75 diverse students, 57 women, and 18 men. And they first rated ranked leadership qualities. Verbal communication was most important. Surprisingly, that growing the organization was least important. So it goes on to talk about these different statistics that they gathered. It's saying like the white male voice received the highest scores, a number of leadership qualities, including whether the student wanted to work for the leader. And then the black male voice was second, followed by a white woman, and then a black woman's voice. They said that there was one glaring result, an unwillingness among male respondents to work for female leaders, regardless of how height the female's leadership skills were ranked. So no matter what the credentials were, in just listening to the voice, they wanted to follow under.
Did they comment on like if their voice was high pitched or low pitched?
Yes. So early on, before in the study, the actual author was talking about how she is a woman and a leader who possesses a low pitched voice. And so she wanted to see, of course, how this impacted different studies. And then she went on saying women and voices in particular can be considered shrill, saying Hillary Clinton was on the receiving end of that criticism during the contentious U.S. presidential elections. And the late British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher took voice lessons with a speech coach in order to develop a lower pitch to sound more authoritative. And through my time growing up, I was always a shy student. And whoever, gender, whatever, can be shy and just need to speak up more. But I found that like every time I'd go and present in class, they'd be like, okay, you just speak a little bit more like broad, more louder, just really getting the voice to resonate a lot more. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I struggled with speech class actually, because I remember being in class, and because my voice, I guess I don't have a lot of chest voice or whatever the word is, and I feel like I sound like my voice is quality like over the podcast. And then when I publicly speak, I'm like struggling to get my voice to project. Yeah.
Food service, to have to yell much louder, because in order to call out an order number, I have to yell lower and louder. And if I yelled out with my regular voice and maybe a little bit higher as I would in maybe a presentation, no one can hear the number.
Well, I've been a server, but I never had to yell out numbers.
This was like a beach little, so I had to,
Though I remember struggling as a server, especially when I was a server during the COVID time with the masks. Like I struggled to have people hear me. And I never thought maybe I should try to talk lower, because I'm like I said, like in my speech class, they're like, can you talk louder? I was like, I'll be yelling.
Mine is I talk too fast sometimes, and they're like, you're mumbling.
I remember when we first started recording that you mentioned that,
and I still do.
I know I pick up on how you speak perfectly fine.
Thank you.
I almost struggle with when I'm thinking, well, what do I want to say? I'll just pause.
Yeah, I know. And I'm
like, I'm sorry.
It's okay though,
because I'm trying to avoid saying or what are the other ones?
Something like that. There's many times where we both, even people we interviewed, they're like, and then they go straight into it, and I can't cut it, or like I can't change it. I'm like, well, we're gonna have an in there.
I don't mind it.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm used to hearing it in everyday speech. It's only when it's so much that
it's like every other word.
Yeah,
it's
like your brain, and your brain just goes, I heard like.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
I have my own mannerisms. It reminds me when we talked about the Angela-isms.
Yes. What were they? Let's go Knowles.
Heard.
Oh,
that's fair.
That's. I'm about to say that's fair to that's fair.
I don't think I think I was thinking about it after we talked about that off the air on the podcast. I was like, what are my Darianisms? And I was like, I remember when my parents were always like, you always say, you know, at the end of what you say. They're like, oh, you know.
You do. Yeah. Yeah. You know.
I think it's just to make sure they heard what I said.
LOL. I get that.
But that back on topic though, I guess like we could. Should I talk lower now, like this?
LOL. No.
I feel like it makes me sound sexy for some reason. I don't know. I feel like I'd also struggle to get my voice to be heard that way.
That way? Talking lower?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's less projection.
Yeah, exactly. We're not used to doing that. I can't even do it.
And I know like when I'm in crowded situation, my voice gets really high.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the only way I know how to project my voice almost. I don't know. I feel like I have mixed feelings though about trying to lower our voices. Like, should we try to adjust ourselves to be more accepted, or like how do we even go about changing the society to get rid of those biases? Like, I hate that there's this bias for taking lower voices more serious, and that comes from men in leadership positions. And I have, not on the voice idea, but I have worried about that, like as a new founder, CEO of a nonprofit.
Yeah. I mean, even as a grad assistant, you're having to lead things. It's
like, especially in brass, I'm sure.
Educator, yeah.
But I'm thinking, like, I hope I'm taken seriously. You know, I'm hoping that I'm not being judged. Like, I have walked in the meetings hoping, like, okay, I don't want to look like this young college student who's taking on this huge project. They're not going to take me seriously. I've been blessed that really hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
I've been told I fake it very well.
Hell yeah, fake it till you make it.
I almost don't want to worry about it. Like my voice.
Yeah, and I don't think we need to unless it's like it's wildly different from how you normally speak. I just think keeping it as normal, as close to like your actual voice is what's best.
How do we even change that bias?
How do we change that bias?
Yeah, the preference for lower voices.
I don't even know, because
I think about, like, do I have a preference? And I honestly don't know.
I mean, I don't want to hear a shrill voice on the radio, you know.
That is true.
Like, that just hurts my ears. Like, the frequencies alone. Yeah, I would be like, no, I can't do it. You know?
Well, what if their natural voice is super high? Like, I hate that that's a disadvantage.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because I feel like the answer is, like, things like what we're doing. But then again, like, back to, like, those hate comments, I'm like, the fact that these people, there are still people out there who have these narrow-minded points of view thinking that, you know, men only exist at, like, the extremes of IQs and women are in the middle and only work better as, like, working in a group and not as soloists, which isn't true.
Yeah.
And that it is a little disheartening, but then again, that's back to, like, the education point of view.
Yeah.
You know, talking about, you know, all the things that are possible, all the women composers that have always existed and have, like, been erased. Like, that video I shared on Instagram, she shared, like, a picture of, like, Liszt's piano students of all men. And there's an original version with his 3 women students that were edited out.
Oh, okay. I did see that one. Yeah.
And I was like, first off, I wasn't aware of that.
No.
But it makes me angry knowing that felt necessary to remove them. Yeah. But it also goes, you know, back to, well, if people are saying, well, music by men is better and don't erase it. And, you know, or like if you compare, it's more like technically, you know, proficient, like the theory of it or whatever. But I'm like, first off, I don't think it is. And if it is, think about a female composer had to do a lot more to get her music out there. They probably didn't get the same education because they were discouraged from attending conservatories, or they did go to conservatories and they couldn't study the same classes that the men were in. And it's not because they can't.
Yeah. And we're not saying, like, composers that were born at the same, you know, age as other composers are far better because they're women, and no, but, like, giving them credits where credits due, I think, is important. That's why we're here.
Yeah, I think we definitely, not just us, but anyone listening, don't change who you are to be accepted.
I mean, yeah, no. We're all just trying to be little professionals in the world.
Yeah.
All right. Let's play this ABC game.
Yeah. So now that all that heavy conversation's out of the way, we have a game we need to finish.
We do. And it's your turn.
Yeah.
Q.
I don't know a Q, but I am going to my handy dandy list that we used last time for when we don't know an answer off the top of our heads.
Let's go.
I have one for someone who's born in 1566.
Very nice.
So very long time ago.
Yes.
Hopefully I can say her name.
I believe in you.
Lucia Quinciani.
Quinciani.
I think that's how you say it.
Very nice.
She's an Italian composer. But
no.
she is the earliest known published female composer of monody. It refers to a solo vocal style distinguished by having a single melodic line and instrumental accompaniment. Interesting.
Huh.
I didn't know that had a name.
What's her name again?
Lucia Quinciani. Quinciani. If anyone doesn't know how to spell that, because if I was listening to this, I won't know how to spell it either.
Very nice.
Composer from 1566.
1566.
She's one of the earliest females
Making it
published.
happen. Yes.
So that's actually really impressive.
Yes. All right.
Now,
All right.
Are there any composers that you know?
I don't know. They are. I'm going to turn to my handy dandy friend.
I'm looking at the same list, and there's a composer with this last name, Roro.
Oh, I have Camilla de Rossi. He's an Italian composer, 1670 to 1710. Was most known for composing oratorios in Vienna during the early 1700s.
I don't miss oratorios. I had to sing in an oratorio in my undergrad.
Really?
I'm not a singer, and I did not enjoy that class.
Same, I'm not either. She has the most surviving works from that time as a woman composer.
Nice.
Composing oratorios in Vienna. Camilla de Rossi.
Look at that.
Let's go. S.
Clara Schumann.
Oh, yes. Yes. Very nice.
Clara Schumann, 1819 to 1896. And she was a pianist also married to Robert Schumann.
Yes.
And honestly, I think she was better than her husband. But that's just my preference.
Hot take.
Hot take.
I
mean, it's fine. She's a German pianist, composer, and piano teacher, and one of the most distinguished pianists of the Romantic era. She's actually known for being one of the first composers to perform by memory.
Oh, really?
Not performers, first pianists to perform by memory. She was a solo concert pianist. She was actually discouraged by her father, I believe, when she was younger, to not pursue a career in piano.
Yeah.
Wow. And he also didn't want her marrying Robert, which honestly maybe she should have taken his advice, because he went crazy.
Oh.
Okay, T.
T
as in turtle.
T as in turtle.
My favorite animal.
As in Germaine Taillefer, I think is not how you say her name, and I apologize, but she was a French composer and the only female composer of Les Six.
Of what?
Les Six.
What is that?
That's the group of composers, French, and a Swiss.
Did you know this person ahead of time?
I've known of Les Six, and who was in the group, and Germaine was the only one in there.
My brain went Joan Tower.
Joan Tower, yeah. Poulenc and Honegger and Honegger. Wow, Honegger and Trotta, it's from a piece. But Arthur Honegger, wow, Angela, are all in Les Six.
Well, cool. But can you explain what Les Six is again?
Les Six is a neoclassic reaction against the musical style of Wagner and the impressionistic music of Debussy and Ravel.
No, I have to do you, and I don't know one. I don't even think I know one for if I was doing this on male composers.
You on any composer? No.
Yeah, Anne Upton, born in 1892 and died in 1970. An American composer, radio writer, and published her works under the name Anne Upton. Her real name is Florine Anne Upton Baldwin. Does she still count?
Yeah, sure.
She was born in Marble Falls, Arkansas, and wrote the words for several choral works by composers William Wilkins. We're on the difficult letter, so give me a V.
V, I definitely use my friend the Google for this one, and it's Pauline Wilkstein, a German composer of 1849 to 1925, composed over 1,000 songs. Very little formal musical training, but her mother had studied counterpoint with Friedrich Schneider, and her uncle was a cellist and composer, Bernard Kosman. So she has music in the family. Yes, and she's written folk songs, lieders, and a whole bunch of different piano compositions, and a lot of songs with guitar.
We need a W now.
Dubs.
Born in 1941, still living. A New Zealand composer. Her name is Gillian Whitehead. So I guess her heritage from New Zealand is an important influence on her composition. She has a wide range of music, including works for solo, chamber, choral, orchestral, and operatic forces, most of them direct commissions from performers and funding organizations. She has an opera called Outrageous Fortune, and she has another opera called The Art of Pizza.
Aw, that's cute.
like that.
What is that for? An opera?
Yeah. It's an opera called The Art of Pizza. Was commissioned by Chamber Mode at Melbourne Opera Group. Set in a Sydney shopping mall.
Opera mall. What is?
Set in a Sydney shopping mall. That's kind of cool. Not kind of cool. That is cool. And the New Zealand Symphony Orchestra has commissioned works from her as well. That's actually, I like that.
I do too. That's
I want
really
to see The Art of Pizza.
The Art of Pizza.
I really like pizza.
Okay.
What comes after W?
X. X is hard.
I wouldn't know one.
This is like the ABC game on the road. X is always hard to find.
There's a road game?
Yeah.
With ABC?
Yeah.
Oh.
You like find signs and like, oh, quality in for Q or yeah. No?
I play something called the cow game.
Oh, and you find cows?
Yeah, and you kill them when you see graveyards.
What the Darian?
Well, every time you see a herd of cows, you get a cow. And then when you see like a cemetery or a graveyard, be like, before the other person, you have to say, I killed your cows.
Oh my God.
And then they have to start over, and whoever by the end of the drive has the most cows wins.
Mine's a family-friendly car. I don't know.
Oh, my family loves this game. We're very competitive about it.
That's funny. Wow, I'll try that one.
All your cows are dead. It's fun.
God. All right, yeah. So I have no idea what an X would be on any composer. So I use Google, and Hu Yang-chin, a modern Chinese composer, born in 1933, passed in 2011. She has composed Ga Da Melin as a symphonic tone poem, and the premiere performance caused a stir, as few could credit a 23-year-old female graduate with this composition.
Who does it say who premiered it?
It does not say who premiered it.
She taught and composed in Mongolia. That's cool.
Oh, I didn't know that. It doesn't say. Well, Asian Cultural Symphony Orchestra. So, congrats to her. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, I thought you asked me why, and I was like, why what? Oh, another name that I name. No, wait, I do know one. Chen Yi.
Ah.
I know that name.
Okay.
And
I'm proud of you. Good job.
Chen Yi. And she's still alive. She was born in 1953.
Okay.
Chinese-American violinist and composer of contemporary classical music, and the first Chinese woman to receive a Master of Arts in Music Composition at the Central Conservatory of Music in Beijing.
Oh, let's go.
I know. And she was a finalist for a Pulitzer Prize in Music in 2006. So she got some cool.
Dang.
She got some good stuff.
Yeah.
And she has an honorary doctorate from the New School.
Okay. Very nice.
Yeah. So she just got some. I do know she has some good works for violin because she's a violinist.
Okay.
I haven't played any of them, but I know she has a piece for solo violin. Yeah, its name is Memory for solo violin, but she wrote it for solo, flute, and cello.
That sounds like a very interesting combination.
She has a marimba piece too.
Oh, yes. Very nice.
She has something called the Bamboo Dance for solo piano. I like that name.
I love all these.
Percussionists get good names.
That's what I'm saying, girl. They do. They get great names.
All right, now we got to end it out
with Ellen Tate Swillich for Z, an American composer.
Wait, where's that? We need the.
Woo! We finished the game. Winner of the Pulitzer Prize for Music, the first female composer to win that, and she is an amazing composer that we've met on our podcast, and she is a composer in residence for the Florida State University College of Music.
Yeah, and if you want to learn more about her, literally just go back a couple episodes.
Let's go. Yes.
Give her a listen. She's pretty cool.
Yes. Fun fact: we have the same birthday. Let's go, me and Ellen.
I need to find one with the September 12th birthday now.
Yeah, you do.
But I actually watched this recent video that September 12th is one of the most common birthday dates.
Is it really?
I guess being born in September is really common.
What's going on 9 months before that?
Maybe anyone with New Year's resolutions?
Oh, you know what? Yep, there you go.
I don't know. Ask my parents.
Oh, God, no. We're not going to do it. All right.
Back on track.
That was fun.
We finished the game.
We did finish the game. And we all learned something. Woo.
That was actually... I didn't expect it to take 2 episodes to get.
I didn't either. But, you know, we learned more about composers we both knew nothing about.
I know.
We shared it with the world.
Now, if we play the game again,
we better remember.
Yes.
At least those names.
I might forget one or two.
I'm going to forget a lot. I have a bad memory. But
let's go to our trivia.
Let's do some trivia.
I just realized I haven't used the harp sound for our trivia in a while. Yeah. Let's hear it again.
One more time. I'm just kidding. You can start it off.
Okay.
I want to hear them questions.
We should, you know what we should start doing is keeping track of like who wins and like have a tally.
I'll start one. I'll put it in the talk. Trivia track.
Yeah. It started, like 11 episodes late, but
whatever. Yeah. We're fine. What do we win? What do I win? I'm just kidding.
I will bring you ice cream.
Ooh. I love ice cream. Okay.
Or you bring me ice cream.
Okay. Sounds good. On our...
So we actually have some... It's only when we play against each other, though.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. All right, what are your questions? Give them to me.
All right. Next semester, the University Symphony is going on tour. Mm-hmm. And one of the pieces we're going to be playing is the Enigma Variations by Elgar.
Yes.
Fun fact. I did not know this. Which of Elgar's Enigma Variations was partially inspired by a bulldog?
Oh, that's adorable. Do I get choices?
Was it... Yeah, I mean...
Okay. Like, I don't know if you don't get choices.
Was it number 1?
Oh.
Was it number 5, 8, or 11?
1, 5, 8, or 11?
Mm-hmm.
Bulldog. Elgar. 1, 5, 8, 11. I'm going to go with... My heart's telling me number 8, not 5. Okay. What is it?
It's number 11.
Number 11.
Yeah. The 11th variation of the Enigma Variations was supposedly depicting George Sinclair's, who was a organist at the Hereford Cathedral. It was about his bulldog, Dan.
Dan. That's a
after
good
it
name.
fell into the River Wye.
Oh my God.
I was like... What?
Wow. Okay. Well,
poor Dan.
Dang. Okay.
It doesn't say if he died, but he fell into a river.
I hope he's he swam away from that.
All right, number 2.
Yes.
There is a new biopic coming out on a French composer often dubbed, and a name I don't like, but often dubbed the Black Mozart. What is his real name? I posted about it too. I played sonatas by him. God. He is a violinist, a composer.
I literally learned about him in history class.
I just also learned he was an expert swordsman in fencing.
Oh my God. Do I get choices?
It's like a little prodigy.
One. Yeah, and I could see his face.
Fun fact, a lot of people think that Mozart was inspired by his works and not the other way around. So that's why I don't like the name Black Mozart.
What's his name?
Technically it should be White Mozart, or just White, the guy's real name.
Yeah. Oh, I literally am looking at the page on my textbook.
It's a long name because he was knighted.
Yeah. Sir?
No.
Oh, well.
It's French, so.
Oh, it's true. You got me. I don't know. I can see his face. I don't know his name. Inform us.
Looks like I'm coming up on possibly being in a lead for this ice cream.
We'll see. I got some good cues.
Joseph Bologna, Chevalier de Saint George.
George. That's what
Chevalier.
Yeah. Dang it. Okay. Well, the more I know, the more we know.
Yeah, and I'm really excited for this biopic.
Yes.
It looks like it's going to be good. I saw the trailer and I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully they get real violin and stuff training so I don't have to sit there and look at bad technique.
True. That's funny.
That's like the most irritating thing, I think.
Yeah.
For anyone who's not a musician, like watching a string player in a movie, any
kind of musician.
True. But it's so obvious, like if their shoulders like lifted or they're like not even holding the bow right, like they're just like gripping it in a fist.
The movie Freak, what is it? It's a Disney movie. Soul. Is that what it's called? Yeah. They use an actual saxophonist. They copied their movements.
That's so cool.
It's really cool.
Oh, that movie gets even more props now.
I love that movie. What's question 3?
Okay, question 3. This might be the gimme question.
Oh, please.
So,
I need one.
Which composer had a close relationship with the Schumanns? I didn't give you multiple choice because I thought this was standard.
It is standard, but my brain's not in school mode or in smart mode.
I want this ice cream, so I'm not going to give you multiple choice.
Okay, I'm not going to give you multiple choice on my questions, and they're hard.
Fine, I can give you multiple choice.
Yeah, give me multiple choice.
Okay. Let's just say Beethoven, Schubert, Brahms, or Mendelssohn.
This is Brahms?
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay. Well, thank you.
Do you feel bad now?
Yeah, that didn't come in my brain first. At least I got 1 point.
I like the rumors where they're like they thought Brahms and Clara were like a thing.
Yeah.
I kind of hope they were.
Me too. I mean,
she needs someone in her life.
They probably were.
Remember I asked a question. She had like 11 some kids.
Yep.
No, was it 8?
It was a lot.
It was multiple children.
Yes.
And I asked this question. I forgot what the number was off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But I'm like, she had that many kids, a full-time job. Her husband was going crazy. He was put in a psych ward. I'm like, she needs a man.
Mm-hmm.
And Brahms was very accomplished.
Yes.
So
Absolutely. All right. 1 point. Let's go.
All right. Hit me.
Question number 1. What is the name of recently passed pioneering trombonist that was a faculty member of the University of Cincinnati for 40 years and has performed as the bass trombone and tenor tuba player with the Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra and Opera? Was it A. Betty Glover, B. Carol Jansch, C. Velvet Brown?
What were the first two again?
Betty Glover, Glover, Carol Jansch, and then it was Velvet Brown.
Was it, you said tuba or trombone?
Bass trombone and tenor tuba.
Carol.
And
right? Janich? Because she's a tuba player.
yes, but do you want to hear the entire question again?
Yeah.
What is the name of the recently passed pioneering trombonist?
Oh, she's still alive. She's still alive.
Yes.
Sorry. The other names I don't know. That's why my brain went to like, oh, I know her.
I know it would, yeah.
Glover.
Yes.
Wait,
Betty
really?
Glover, yes. Betty Glover. You almost got it wrong, but
thanks for giving me a chance.
You're welcome. All right, good job. Let me put a little tally mark on your name for the ice cream. All right.
Well, it's only if I win.
That's fair. All right. Who was the first woman to find a major orchestra, the Cleveland Orchestra? Was it Adela Hughes, Simone Young, or Allison Balsam?
What was like to...
Who was the first woman to find a major orchestra, the Cleveland?
The find?
Yes. Like she founded the orchestra.
Oh, she founded the orchestra.
Yeah, sorry, I probably could say that better.
I was like, find? I found an orchestra.
I found
Congratulations.
It's in Cleveland.
I forgot the names you
Adela
said.
Hughes, Simone Young, Allison Balsam.
Simone Young.
No, Adela Hughes.
I don't know who that is.
Co-founder of the Cleveland Music School Settlement for Children and established the musical arts organization. The success led to the Cleveland Orchestra.
I knew it wasn't Balsam. I'm proud of myself for that.
Yes, because Allison Balsam is a
trumpet player.
Yay! I'm proud of you. All right. Well, question number 3. Which trumpet player performed both classical and jazz music and led the Shirley Girls? Was it Frances Shirley Cass, Carol Shirley, or Shirley Temple?
Did you only give me 2 names?
I gave you 3 names.
Oh, well, it's not Shirley Temple.
I thought that was a good answer.
What was the first one?
Frances Shirley Cass or Carol Shirley?
You gotta throw Shirley in all those freaking names.
Because
Did you add them like last time where there wasn't a Shirley that existed?
I don't know, Darian. I don't know.
Because in the last one you added
With the Adolph Sax. Oh yeah.
And I was
Because that
like,
one's so easy. I guess this one's like.
give me a brass name. Okay, it's between the first 2.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely not Shirley Temple.
No, I know. Wasn't she like a little dancer girl?
I was thinking of the drink.
But Shirley Temple is like a real person.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to say the first one, but I think
Which one is it? Which trumpet player performed both classical and jazz music and led the Shirley Girls? Frances Shirley Cass or Carol Shirley?
I want to say it's Frances.
Is that your final answer?
I'm leaning towards Frances. But if it's the Shirley Girls, either there's a bunch of people in her family who have the last name Shirley, or she started it and she named it after herself, is what I'm thinking.
What do you think it is?
I don't know. And now that I actually care about winning, I don't know what to pick.
Oh yeah.
Was it? I'm gonna go. Actually, no. I'm gonna change my answer. I'm gonna go with the second one.
Final answer.
Last name is Shirley.
Final answer.
Yeah.
Carol.
Yeah.
You should have gone off your gut.
Damn
It was
it,
Frances. Yes. We're tied.
Oh,
Dang.
do we have a tiebreaker?
No. We can next.
You know
game.
what? No,
No, then I gotta have a tiebreaker question. That ain't how it runs, Darian.
Let's do rock paper scissors.
No, we'll do it for the next game.
Dang
The
it!
next time we meet for some trivia.
Oh, now I care too much.
Yeah. Now I'm not like, it's actually this one.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed that.
Yes, that was fun.
Now we have a stake in it because we want ice cream.
Yes, we do.
Actually, I'm craving ice cream after having a sore throat for being sick.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't buy ice cream because I'll just eat
I so get that.
all the ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, I'm really craving ice cream.
Gotta get some.
Yeah, well, thanks for listening to our trivia.
Ooh.
Oh. That's like my favorite sound.
I
didn't mean to play it twice. But thank you guys for tuning in and listening to Hero Talk. Please come to our Hero concert on Saturday, which is in 2 days from when we're recording this, on November 12th at 7:30 in Longmire Recital Hall on Florida State University campus.
Woo.
You can get more information on our website or on our Instagram, and we'll be posting a live stream as well. So please come check it out. Thank you for listening to us talk about all the things that are still wrong and right in classical music for women today.
Yes.
It was a fun conversation.
It was fun.
And stay safe during the storm and everything coming our way right now.
Yes.
And you can learn more on our Instagram, which is at hero.musicians.
Yeah.
And our link tree is also on there. And our website, which is what, Angela?
www.her-o.musicians.
Nope.
No. I just combined our email and website.
three W's.
Did I say two?
www.her-omusic.com.
That's right. Good job, Darren.
Yes, because I came up with the domain name. Because hero.musicians was not available for purchase. That is why.
Dang.
That is why it's her-o music.
Her-o music.
But
check us out.
Yeah, all our information's on our website, and our Instagram is where we are most up to date with all of our information. So please follow us, check us out. And again, we are all about education. Any comments, any questions, negative or positive, we will answer, and we'll be a service that we can bring you with up-to-date information about what's going on in the world for women in classical music or what women have done in classical music. We're all about that conversation. So please let us know if you want us to talk about anything or have a story to tell.
Yes.
So thank you for joining us today on Hero Talk.
Yes.